Okay, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending on where you are watching, you are highly welcome to this training. Today, I want to show you why you should study in Sweden. Okay, now why not US? Why not Canada? Why not Australia or UK, where everybody is rushing into? Why should you study in Sweden? All right. Now, before I get started, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Mabel O. Ogwapteze. The O stands for Obianojo. That is why my friends call me Ojo. All right. All right, let's get started. I'm married with 4 children. I studied accounting at Institute of Management and Technology, IMT, all right, Enugu, and I graduated with upper credit. I didn't put down here that I have worked in a corporate environment for 3 years plus, all right, as a branch accountant for Tanzanite Shanghai Group, an Indian company, all right, and after that, I have worked with an immigration expert for 2 years plus. Having worked for an immigration expert for 2 years plus, I developed interest in helping people migrate to their destination dream without hassle. Okay? As time goes on, my passion led me into becoming a co-founder of Just Value Travel and Tour, a brand well registered with CAC and SCOMLI. They are into international school placement, tourism visa and visit visa, flight booking, including local and international flights, and also study loan and scholarship. Okay, that is enough of me. Let's dive into the main topic without wasting further of your time. This is what you will be learning after this short training. You are going to learn the study intakes in Sweden, 13 reasons to study in Sweden, proof of fund to study in Sweden, and the requirement to study in Sweden. I want you to get your pen and your jotter because you will need to jot down important points here. Okay, let's move to the first thing we have: study intakes in Sweden. In Sweden, there are 2 admission application rounds: spring and autumn semesters. Spring admission application round starts in June and ends in August. Classes start in January. For autumn, the application starts in October and ends in January. Classes start in August. But there are far more master's programs available in the autumn round than in the spring round, and most scholarships in Sweden are only available in the autumn round. This is why I will advise you to focus on the autumn application round. Let's look at the table. This is the study intake table. Application opens for spring in June, autumn is October, application deadline for spring is August, autumn is January. Selection is in October for spring and autumn April. Session starts in January for spring and autumn is August to September. I want this training to be as short as possible. Let's move to the next one, which is the 13 reasons to study in Sweden. As a student who wants to study abroad, Sweden might not be the first country that comes to your mind, but it should certainly be on your radar. There are several compelling reasons why studying in Sweden could be an excellent choice for Nigerian students or any part of the country you are from. And that is why I am here to tell you most of it. Sweden is known for its openness towards the international community, and its education system is no exception. I had to do a deep research for all this, and I also have a contact in Sweden. He studied and graduated in Sweden with the SI scholarship. That is why I know all this. So international students from all over the world study in Sweden. where there are over 1,000 degree programs taught entirely in English language. Unlike many European countries, Sweden gives their international students the right to work in Sweden during their studies. If you are interested in working in Sweden, the innovation capital of Europe, after you complete your studies, you can apply for time to search for employment even if you are not from an EU country. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into what we have today. As you can see on the table, the first thing we have is no IELTS or English proficiency documentation to study in Sweden. If you studied in Nigeria, Ghana, and some other English-speaking African countries, you don't need an English proficiency test result to apply for masters or bachelors in Sweden. Masters programs are taught in English in Sweden. That's the number 2. All international masters programs in Sweden are taught in English. Besides, more than 70% of Swedes speaks very fluent English. You can get by with your daily life without a knowledge of the local language, Swedish. Though the Swedish government provides free Swedish classes for immigrants who intend staying in the country for at least 1 year. Let's move to the third one. Sweden have a strong economy. I know you might be asking, how is their economy? Sweden is the home of companies like Volvo, Scania, Ericsson, Tetra Pak, Skype, Spotify, to mention but just a few. Even Electrolux. These are some of the biggest companies in the world that they are headquartered in Sweden. They are even ranked the most innovative country in the European Union. Swedish higher education system is ranked top 5 in the world. Let's move to the fourth one. Full tuition fee for master's program by the Swedish Institute Scholarship. You do not need to worry about how to communicate with your university after winning the scholarship, as the Swedish Institute will handle all that back-end notification for you. All you have to do is win the scholarship and make yourself available at the start of the program.